Hey guys, this is Maddy Moon from the Mind Body Musings podcast and maddymoon.com. First of all, please forgive me for this setup because I'm using my computer video and I know it's not the most amazing quality, but I figure that the message is more important than my face. So ignore that. I'm really excited to come to you guys with some insights from me to you about some of the things that I've been experiencing lately. And I'm not a professional at videos at all. If you know me, you know I love to podcast, so this is a little bit beyond my comfort zone, but I'm doing it anyways to see if it can help me get my message out just as clear, if not more clear. So if you like this video, let me know. As you'll see, this is a completely new YouTube channel. I had my old channel and my old email, and I mean, Google is really ridiculous where you can't get everything over and just transfer from one account to another, so I have to start over. So subscribe to this if you like this video, and maybe I'll do some more. So today what I wanted to talk about was the recent stuff I've been kind of alluding to on my blog and on my podcast about my IBS. Now, one of the things about IBS that is very confusing, it's kind of a catch-all term. So if you're experiencing a lot of bloat, a lot of frustration in the stomach, stress, you might just be diagnosed with IBS from a doctor. And it's kind of hard, especially if you're recovering from disordered eating, because you're finally ready to eat all of the food, right? You want to be eating all the food. You're ready. So you try to eat all the food, and then you have frustrations in your stomach, or you have a lot of gas, a lot of bloat, and it feels like everything you eat, every time you eat, there is a problem in your gut. So the very first thing that I really want to mention is that it could just be that you're in the very beginning stages of recovery. It could just be that your stomach does not know how to break down the foods, and it's trying real hard to get used to the new dairy and like using these certain enzymes or red meats or gluten, things you have not digested maybe in years, just now learning. So it's kind of expected to have some stomach problems. I say problems, but I really mean some stomach stressors. Maybe at first your stomach's going to be feeling a little bit tight in certain areas because it doesn't really know what's going on. So if that's the case, if you're just starting out on this journey, I really recommend easing in slowly. I know you've probably heard this before, but easing in slowly is going to be the best way to go about introducing those new foods. Maybe 1 week start with wheat, another week start with dairy. Maybe if you haven't done grains in a while, just do grains. Maybe do more sugar, like go out for ice cream. That would also be dairy. So just start really slow. Give your stomach enough time to work its way up. I would say that the time range from when you'll start to realize that there are problems, it ranges for everyone, that's what I'll say first. But it could be anywhere from a few months to maybe a year. It could be that you just start to realize, okay, I need to only stick with eating dairy for a while, and then in a month or 2 months I might introduce in something else. So that might be the case for some of you. But if you're like me and you notice that you've had these problems for over 2 years, that might be a huge wake-up call that your body just doesn't know how to digest the certain foods properly. Don't worry, this can be healed, just like your heart and your mind can from a disorder, so can your body. But you have to take steps that are very personalized to you. First of all, I will say that I am not a doctor. I am not a registered dietitian, so anything I'm saying, I would consult with your doctor first. This is just me giving my personal insight to what I have been doing to heal my IBS and my gut. So this has been kind of frustrating for me. I mean, to go from eating all the foods and promoting eating all the foods, and now I've had this roadblock where I've decided I actually do have a problem with my stomach. You know, I promote eating all the foods because whenever you're recovering from a disordered eating pattern or an eating disorder, you are more fearful of the food than anything. So I really promote eating the food you're scared of so that you get over the fear. But then you don't want to have a completely different problem where it's a stomach issue problem, right? You don't want to have that either. So here's what I've been doing recently. First of all, I will say when I came to terms with having IBS and decided that it was time to get serious about eliminating the toxins from my body that are hurting me, it was from a place of love. I received quite a few emails from people after I announced this saying, well, how are you restricting now and not going back into your old ways? Great question. The reason why I'm no longer going into my old ways, and this is very simple, stay with me, it's because I'm no longer focused on my weight. Very simple, very easy. If I was focusing on my weight and eliminating foods so that I could validate my purpose in life, that is when all of the anguish and mental blockage and anxiety and stress comes about. If that were the case. The case this time is that I'm trying to go about my day without feeling super bloated and painful in my stomach all day. Completely different motive. I understand that anxiety and fear can come out of that motive as well, but in my case, I have not experienced that much anxiety. I've experienced some where I have gotten to the point where I'm like, is this food going to make me feel bad? I really hope it doesn't. I'm a little bit nervous, but then I realize if I get anxious before the meal and I digest the meal anxiously, I will, without a doubt, have an anxious stomach afterwards. There's no avoiding it. It's inevitable. So if I start doing that, I realize I need to back off. I need to maybe journal a little bit, read a little book, drink some tea, relax, get back in my happy place, realize everything's going to be okay. Then I can go on to my meal and digest it. That's the biggest difference, I would have to say. So if anyone, which is a lot of people that have orthorexia, is experiencing IBS, the number one thing I can say to you is if you are going to do any kind of elimination diet or you are going to pinpoint what your body isn't digesting very well right now, go into it very much focused on how you feel, not how you look. So if you start eliminating things, but then also go on Instagram and start following people that also eliminate those foods and talk about their body and like their exercise program that's complementing their elimination diet, don't follow those people, avoid that. You want to keep consuming information that's body positive, freedom promoting, and you want to stay in that sphere, especially as you start doing any kind of elimination. That's what I've had to be doing right now. I realized like I got a paleo cookbook because I was trying to get more excited about cooking again now that I can't eat a lot of the things that I love. And it worked. It helped me. I felt a little bit more motivated, and I thought for a minute, is this book going to put me back into my paleo mindset? Because I've done paleo before. If you follow my work, you know I've done paleo, and you know that it didn't end very nicely. I still had orthorexia. So I was kind of worried. I was thinking if I'm going to look at all this stuff, is it going to promote orthorexic thoughts? I'm not going to lie and say that at least one point or another I did have thoughts of, if I eat something not paleo, what's going to happen to my body? But I overcame it by normally eating that food if I know for a fact it's not going to upset my body, like a gluten-free beer or a cocktail. One of those things that isn't really promoted in paleo diet. I had it anyways because I am free. I'm a free woman. I can eat what I want, and I'm no longer focused on my weight. So what are some of the other things I have been doing now that I've covered the mindset? Like I said, not a doctor, but this is my experiment phase, and I think that it's better if I'm open with you than closed, and I share with you exactly what I have been doing in this phase, behind the scenes, because you only really get to hear from me on Wednesdays in my podcast and my newsletter and then on social media, so what else am I up to? But if you are on Snapchat and you have been following me, you know a little bit. But here's what I've been doing. First of all, I have been taking digestive enzymes with every meal when I remember, which is almost every meal. So I've been taking digestive enzymes. I've been eating a lot more sauerkraut and drinking more kombucha daily. So lots of probiotics. I've even been taking probiotics at nighttime. So along with that, I've also been taking Betaine HCL. So I've been taking that as well with every meal. And what that does is it helps you absorb the nutrients in the food, which is such a crucial, important part of the digestive process. I realized that my body wasn't really absorbing all of the food and nutrition I was giving it, so I did some research. I have this great book called Digestive Health with Real Food, and inside the book it recommended that supplement, so I've been taking that with every meal. It's been helping me to absorb the newly introduced fat into my body because I'm eating way less I'm eating almost no grains right now, way less grains through this phase of getting my body healed. So in order to eliminate the grains, I need to add something in that's going to keep me very nourished, so fat. And I haven't been eating all that much fat the past year. I've been eating a lot of carbohydrates. that's what's been my biggest problem as well. All the fermentation that goes along inside of the gut, since mine's already been kind of, wouldn't say, it'd been damaged. So my gut is already very much damaged. I still continue to promote eating carbohydrates, especially if your body can handle it. But I realized that I need to do some cleansing and detoxing of whatever's going on inside of my gut right now so that I can eat those things again later on. So as I cut those out, I've been eating more fat, and I realized that my body wasn't digesting it correctly through some things that might be too TMI. I'm not going to share those. But I've been taking that supplement with every meal as well, and that's helped tremendously. So Digestive Enzymes, Probiotics, Betaine HCL, and then the next thing, which is going to be a huge surprise, is cutting out coffee. Yeah, I quit caffeine completely. Pretty much just went cold turkey. If you listen to one of my Mind Body Musings podcast episodes, you probably heard with Carly Gross. I conversed with her about that, and she recommended just drinking water and lemon water in the morning with a dash of sea salt, and I've been doing that and feeling fantastic. So that's helped a lot. Coffee and caffeine can be a huge irritant to the gut, so cutting that out has helped. I've been doing a Parasite Cleanse. Tomorrow is my last day of it, and for that I'm going to have to hand off to Organic Olivia. If you type in on Google Organic Olivia Parasite Cleanse, you'll find out all of the information on it. I've been doing that to get rid of any kind of parasites that might be feeding off of the fermentation in my gut or in the foods that I eat. You'd be surprised how many people have parasites in their body. Actually, everyone does. So doing a cleanse like that yearly could be extremely beneficial to your body and just to your the stories you hold on to. And this might be a little bit woo-woo, but you hold on to stories inside of those parasites when they are in your body and you go through a really damaging breakup or you go through a really traumatic experience and that parasite stays in your body, you still have that energy in your body. So it's really important to cleanse yourself from it. So along with that, the very last thing that I'll add is I've been taking more magnesium. And this is to help with relaxing, stress, but it also helps you go to the bathroom more smoothly. So wow, that's a lot of stuff, I know. And if that's really intense for you and intimidating, don't worry about it. I am, as I said, experimenting and doing trial and error. One of those things I just listed for you might not work for me. I might need to back off of the Betaine, or my Parasite Cleanse is almost over, so I'm going to be done with that. And maybe I won't need the magnesium later on. So I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing because you probably want to know, and I think that's important for you to get that inside scoop. I don't know. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Subscribe to my channel now that I have this new channel, and I'm trying to build it back up. So your support is very much appreciated. And if you want more insight from me personally, head on over to my website, maddymoon.com, and sign up for your free book, 10 Proven Steps for Ending Any Diet Obsession. I will see you there.